There's been a debate or discourse on Twixter about masked COVID cautious people going to events where most people are maskless. And I think part of the issue is that we don't have a great definition for what COVID cautious is. And if we want COVID cautious or COVID conscious to be an umbrella term for anybody who takes any kind of precautions, then I think that we need more detailed types for the different behavior that people can have within that. So this is just a rough guess at what those types would be. I don't know what the actual boundaries would be. This would be so much easier to do if you had enough survey data, but it would be pretty hard to design the survey so that you would get accurate questions from people. And there's always a gap on surveys between what people think or say that they do and what they actually do. On the x-axis for social distance, we've got none, maskless events, masked events, and pod. And for the y-axis for masking, we've got none, and in the middle, surgical, and at the very top, N95. I know that there are masks that are more protective than N95, but I feel like that's the ceiling for behavior types. You gotta be avoiding some events to be in the right quadrant, and you have to be wearing some kind of mask to be in the top quadrants. If you're not doing either, you gotta be a denier or minimizer. So I'm in this A group. I always mask in shared air and I have a small pod. I really only see my sister maskless ever, and sometimes we're masked around each other, and I'm always masked outdoors, especially if anyone is close to me. I have friends who are in A, but I also have a lot of friends who are in B. People who always mask in shared air, but maybe they have a large pod, or they go to high-risk events with a high-quality mask, and maybe other people at that event are maskless. They might not necessarily be masked events. And this group might be split into two, I don't know, but I grouped it together because I knew people who did all of these things. C is people who absolutely can't mask, but they still social distance as much as possible. D is people who sometimes mask. I feel like the bulk of the COVID community is probably in group B, but there are a substantial amount of us who are in A, especially immunocompromised people. Even though you'd probably want to know vaccination status and testing for somebody that you might be exposed to, I didn't include that as an axis on this because I feel like social distancing and masking are the two important things. Most important. Would love to hear your thoughts. COVID Cake out.